Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to talk to you about being special. So special, in fact, that we have no idea where you are.
Superliminal is the kind of game that I really hope gets the cult following that it deserves, because based on everything that I've experienced while playing this game, I think it's criminal that these devs aren't being paraded through the streets right now. Granted, puzzle games are a mixed bag of bejewels and balloons, so witnessing the birth of something so creative and unique is like watching a shooting star. It's kind of like when Portal was unveiled to the world, and everyone collectively shat their pants over an overrated dessert, and considering just how far that game's influence has spread, it's almost insane that puzzle games have diminished in prevalence rather than thrived. That's not to say that they're all dead though. Witness, I Expect You to Die, Superliminal, Turing Test, these are games that are released in the past 5 years and are respectable, but I can count all of these on one hand, compared to the legion of PvP shooters released this year that I could not count how many there are even if I was keeping track. But I know why that is, and it's the biggest problem that these games have yet to solve. In a standard match of a Call of Duty multiplayer, you have, at minimum, 30 to 50 guns at your disposal, a map that ranges both in size, maneuverable areas, and verticality, along with 5 to 10 people who you may have never met before. There is endless, and I do mean endless, amounts of variation, which keeps players coming back for hours upon hours on end. In Portal, there's very often only one way for you to complete a puzzle, at the most 2 or 3. But the thing about that is this: once you beat a level in Portal, you can't experience that the same way ever again. Very rarely do puzzle games offer any form of replayability. The 2 exceptions to this rule that I've experienced is I Expect You to Die due to its challenges and secret objectives, and Tetris, but that's reaching Bejeweled territory, so I'm not even going to mention it here. Superliminal has a similar problem, though there is a little bit more freedom of choice in this game than Portal offers. To explain its mechanics, Superliminal takes place in a non-Euclidean environment in which theories of relativity take precedence over any semblance of traditional knowledge of physics, and for all of the people who got invited to parties in high school, Superliminal is a lot like those perspective puzzles that get tossed around on the internet, but this time you're in control of the puzzle itself. Depending on how you position both yourself and the objects in the environment, you can make the objects bigger or smaller to traverse the landscape. I can't give away much more without spoiling the best parts about this game, but there is a demo available on all platforms if you do want to play around with it before buying the game, which, by the way, I highly recommend that you do. Pillow Castle has done an absolutely phenomenal job here, and it's staggering to see how much creativity and character this game has while also being one of the most boundary-pushing titles of the last 5 years. I don't believe any other game studio has attempted something at both this scale and with this much success, but I could certainly be wrong about that. In terms of narrative, there's not much to speak of here. It's very similar to the first half of Portal, but with somewhat of a less sinister undertone. Then again, this is a puzzle game, not a narrative drama with tons of twists and turns at every corner. Even Portal 2's story isn't much to write home about. Wait. What I mean by that is that while Portal 2's narrative doesn't make much sense conventionally, it still works as an engaging story. Portal 2 has a very strong emotional core and lots of memorable moments and characters, so the need for a traditional 3-act structure to tell a gripping story about a protagonist is non-existent. And despite the lack of traditional storytelling, I've remembered Portal 2's ending 8 years ago better than I've remembered Detroit when I played it last spring. The Turing Test is an example of the opposite, where the protagonist in that game does follow a more traditional story arc, but the lack of interesting characteristics is much more noticeable here. Dead GLaDOS has far more personality and charm than anyone on this space station, which only goes to show how great Portal and Valve utilizes their characters. I would say that Superliminal reaches this weird middle point where there isn't much in terms of narrative, but there also isn't much in terms of characters either. But that's not to say that this game isn't memorable at all. You might only hear 2 people's voice throughout the entire game, but due to the way that this game structures its story, which I'm not going to spoil here, it gives Superliminal this familiar and alien feeling that's hard to shake off. While I might not know anything about the Doctor or GLaDOS Point 5, it's what they said that's left a lasting impact, and one that I'm really glad they chose to go with. It's emotional, which is not what I was expecting when I was seeing the game revealed a year ago. But since we're talking about emotions, I guess it's time we talk about spoilers. Don't worry, I'm not spoiling the actual story of this game, but there is one thing I want to talk about that can kind of be a spoiler. For the vast majority of you who either won't or already have played this game, I don't think the spoiler warning will matter to you, but to those of you who want to know as little about the game before going into it, I recommend that you skip to the ending now, as I'm going to be spoiling one of the puzzles in this game. Timestamps on screen, timestamps down in the description, and your final warning is in 3, 2, 1. The fan room. You know what? I'm just gonna come out and say it. This stupid dumb stupid bullshit god stupid brown bullshit mega dumb bucket stupid ass bullshit puzzle. I'm gonna be honest with you right now, I genuinely love Superliminal. I think that what Pillow Castle has been able to create is worthy of study and imitation from anyone who wants to make a puzzle game. But this fucking puzzle makes me want to blow up Seattle. I guess to explain why this puzzle sucks, I first should explain the puzzle itself. The puzzle itself features a duplicating apple that cannot be picked up and a fan that's at the base of a ramp that leads up to a button. This button must be held down in order to progress, and a level before this featured copious amounts of duplicates in order to progress. So what do you think the solution is? Naturally, the first thing to try would be to push an apple through the fan, but no matter how big the apple is, none of them can get past the fan. There's a small gap in between the fan and the wall, so maybe just push it around the fan and duplicate them up the ramp. Or maybe you can stack them on top of it. It's this. This is the answer. With such a complex experiment like this, it becomes far more important that a game's mechanics are properly introduced to the player and not left in a confusing mess. I would almost propose that this game teaches you this segment in the area before this, but the best part about this game is discovery, and to take that away from the player would almost be detrimental to this game. So I don't know how Pillow Castle could fix this, and I think that's what pisses me off the most about it. But you want to know what's the best part about this puzzle being lackluster? It's the only puzzle in this game that I actually dislike. Even though I may have been more lost at some later points in this game, I didn't find myself angry when I found out what the solution actually was. Which is weird, but that's what makes this game so interesting to me. It's just straight up weird. Like I said at the top, Superliminal is a game that I believe is in desperate need of a cult following that goes far more in depth in this game than I have. It's without a doubt one of the most memorable experiences I've had with a game, despite the fact that I very well may never play it again. Its gameplay is so unique that I genuinely don't know a single title that can even come close to matching how genuinely insane this game can be at times. The story, while not exactly being Oscar nominated, managed to elicit several emotional reactions from me, which, being the mega Chad gamer that I am, was surprising to say the least. I don't find myself bothered by the investment into this game, as I've spent far more on products that have made me feel so much less. If anything about this game has intrigued you, then I highly recommend that you purchase it. I personally don't find that the length equals quality argument is valid, but if you're one of those people who want a product to last, and this game is roughly 2 to 3 hours long. Maybe 5 to 6 if you're going for all the collectibles. But if you are one of these people, then I'm surprised that you even made it to the end of this video, so buy it because I told you to. Who knows, you might end up liking it more than you think. I mean, it's $20, just buy it. Like, come on, it's on sale like every other weekend, just fucking buy it, come on man. Just fucking buy it, just buy it, just come on. You go to Taco Bell, you can buy it.